What's up, YouTube? Hey, Card Dreamer here, coming to you with my 2019 national recap. So, Pepsi in the drink. So, national. Whew. First of all, I'm happy to be home. I had a good time. I had a great time, actually. But I was so, come Saturday, I was so ready to get home. I was so tired. My legs were killing. My knees were just aching. And I was not only physically tired, I was actually emotionally tired. So day one was very interesting. I got to the hotel, checked into the hotel, and got a ride because my hotel, which was a very nice hotel, it's called the O'Hare Inn and Suites. I recommend when it goes back to Chicago for the price and what they offer. It's a great deal. It's like $70 a night. I got a better deal than that because I got it all in advance. But it was a great tram back and forth, and the driver was awesome, and it was actually very good. So day one, I get in and I get my badge. I got my badge was trying to think of who the player was. Really wasn't matter. It was a baseball guy. So I put that on, and I go into the line, and I'm looking on day one, and the line was like huge. It was like long to get in early because we got to go in early to the VIP station. And as I'm looking down the line and I start to walk down, all of a sudden I hear, "Dreamer! Jeremy!" And I look over, and it's Eloy, and he's in line with a few other tubers. And so he's like, "Oh, yeah, come on in here, you're with us." So I got into the middle of the line, and we talked and got to hash and just talked and started doing some catch up. But actually, the first YouTuber I ran into was at the airport. I just got off the plane, and I was waiting for the bus to come pick us up. And I was talking to on the phone with my wife, letting her know that I landed safely, that I made it on the ground. And Mike, baseball collector, came walking out the doors, and he's like, "Jeremy!" And that was the first tuber I got to meet, and I gave a big old hug to him. And I forewarned you all that I'm a hugger. So, so go back to the National. So I'm at the National, and we're all waiting and talking, and we get in. And I'll tell you what, the moment that I got into those doors, my eyes just went. I mean, I could picture this show right in my head, and I watched a lot of videos on this stuff, and it looked big, but it was nothing compared to what reality focused in. I was just absolutely dumbfounded. I didn't even know where to begin to look. So I decided that the first moment that I walked in, I was going to scout the area because I did do the Super VIP, thanks to my children. I wanted to know where the autograph area was. I wanted to know where the bathrooms were. I wanted to know where the food places were when I got hungry. I just kind of scouted the area. So what I did is Eloy the Goat and Ron Fig, we all went to what they called the singles club. And it's not the singles club that you think of. Everything was $1. So we went there first, and I ran over to the singles club, and I'm going through these dollar things, and they had some vintage cards for $1. So I was like, wow, vintage cards for $1, how can you pass that up, right? So my first purchases for $1 were pretty, it's over here. So I got like a Deion Sanders rookie for $1. I got a Troy Aikman for $1. I got this Walter Payton for $1. This Bradshaw for $1. This Leroy Kelly for $1. Mike Sandusky for $1. Joe Perry for $1. And this Bill Vasquez for $1, right? So I got those for $1. And then I got a bunch of packs. Oh, wait, I got a few more. Hold on. Oh, this Bill Gronin, this Mel Gray, this Raymond for $1, and this Roger Starbuck for $1, right? So I was flipping out. It's $1, great. When I got down there, I had to do my first autograph. Now, I'm going to suggest to you guys this. If you do decide to go to National 2020 up in Atlantic City, which I will not be there, next year my wife and I are going to either go to the Keys or we're going to go somewhere else. So I promised her that it would be her year for a good vacation for the two of us. So a few years down the road, I will, I will be considering going. So, but suggestions here, or just my opinion. If you decide to go, don't do the Super VIP. Why is that, you ask? Well, yes, you're guaranteed 21 autographs. But let me tell you about the autograph sessions. They consume you. They take away from the show completely. If you're going to do the VIP, that's a great deal. But the Super VIP, you're never going to get all the autographs. And if you do get all 21 autographs, you're just going to miss a lot of the show. They don't time it out great. Just an example, Thursday, the first autograph was at 11, then 11:15. Then by the time you're done with the line, it's now 12 o'clock. You get in the show, you get to do a little bit of walking around, but then you got to be back in line by 11:30. Then it was at 2:15. By the time you're done with that, it's 3 o'clock. You get a little bit of walking around and the show is over. So, but I did get to meet a lot of athletes, and I did do the autographs for Foley Day 1 and Foley Day 2. Day 3, I picked and chose only 2. Day 4, I only did 1. So I'm going to show you kind of, first of all, the first person I got to meet on day 1, and Eloy the Goat and Ron Fig. Thank you, Ron, for all your help. You helped me out so much on day 1, and I appreciate that. I got Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson signed this, and I had him write Cowboy for Life, which I thought was awesome. That was awesome. That was the first person I got to meet. The second person I got to meet, which was really killer, was Bill Cartwright. So I got to meet Bill Cartwright, and he just signed that in gold ink for me. That's an awesome picture for Bill Cartwright, and he sold that in gold ink. Also on day 1, I got to meet Dave Wilcox right here, and I got him to sign that Hall of Fame 2000. So that was day 1. So I got to do not much shopping on day 1. After that, after the autographs and looking around a little bit more, I got exhausted, and the show was over, and I went back to the hotel to meet up with an awesome YouTuber. Now, look, I met a lot of awesome YouTubers, but this guy right here, I don't know why we all as a community don't know him better. Brentwood Sports. Matt, you were an amazing guy, dude. I'm telling you. Matt was an amazing guy. So I got back to the hotel. Matt just arrived, and he texted me, hey, you want to hang out later? And I said, are you coming to the show? He says, no, I just got in. So by the time I get there, it only got an hour of the show, so it really wouldn't make sense to me. So I said, that's great. I said, I haven't eaten dinner yet. You want to go grab a bite to eat? Matt says, you know what? I just ordered Chinese food. You're more than welcome to come up to the room, and we'll have Chinese. I said, oh, that sounds great. I said, I'll meet you up there. What room? So we were staying at the same hotel. So I went upstairs, and we had Chinese. I said, Matt, how much do I owe you, man? And he's like, you don't owe me nothing, man. I got it. It's on me. So that was really cool, you know. And so day 2, we got up early in the morning. Me, Matt, and Ron, we all got up, and we headed over to the show to day 2. Day 2, we got in, and I started looking around, and I met up with Mike, baseball collector. And he was giving me some advice about my video, my day 1 video, about slowing down because people that are watching this now didn't get an opportunity to see the video because it was moving too fast. So I decided that I was going to do a video and slow it down. But while I was there with him, he was showing me his beautiful card that he bought. I was talking to him about that I wanted to start a vintage, series. My oldest set that I have is 1979. By the way, I completed that set. I'm so excited. I completed my 1979 Topps football set. But he said that the dealer was standing there, and Mike had to leave, and he said, so I heard you were saying that you wanted to start a vintage set. And I said, yeah, I want to start something in the 50s and maybe, before the 60s. I just want to start something in the 50s. And he says, well, I've got this set that is a starter set that you are welcome to at a very decent price. He said, I paid $35 for this starter set. He says, you give me $10 more than what I paid and make me feel like I'm getting a good deal. I said, sure, let me see what you got. So he pulls out this little starter set of 1951 Topps Magic. Now, these are not in mint condition by any means, but for a guy who's doing a starter set, there is 75 cards in this set, and I have 45 of them. So I will kind of go through this. I know this video is going to be a little long, but bear with me. You're going to want to watch this, some of the pickups. So I figured that I would start this starter set and go ahead and complete this thing. And I think it would be pretty cool to have this set in my collection. So I paid $45 for this starter set. I think I did very well for the value of what these cards are actually valued for and what they are at $1 a piece. 45 cards at $1 a piece. And, I just thought it was very cool to start a starter set like that. So, on top of that, for another $10, he threw in these vintage cards. So I got this card, this card, that card, doubles of this one, doubles of this one, doubles, doubles, more doubles. I got that one. I have not had a chance to do anything with these. These will end up going into a binder. And some more. And some more. And some more. So, pretty much for $55, I got all that lot, which I think was a steal for me. I thought it was really awesome. So after I got done with that, I was walking around some more, and I found another guy who had a lot, and everything was buried. He had everything buried, and I saw a John Elway rookie card, and it said on it 50-30. Right? So I asked the guy, I said, hey, what's the 50-30 mean? He said, 50 is the book, 30 is what I was asking, but today, being that it's day 2, I want half of that price. Yes, guys. This Elway, which is in great condition, I paid $15 for. But that's not all. I got this Eric Dickerson rookie for $2. I got this Johnny Unitas, 1972 Johnny Unitas for $2.50. I got this nice vintage football card from 1950 for $1.50. I got this vintage card for $1. But the biggest one, I think, is I got Jerry Rice for $7.50. Look at that card. $7.50 for that Jerry Rice. And I was looking, and I also got a John Elway for a friend of mine. He wanted a John Elway rookie, so I found one. I was hoping he had 2, but he only had 1, so I didn't get one. I didn't have a Joe Montana, which I really wanted, but so anyway, after that I got to meet some players that I'll share with you. I got to meet some baseball players, and I got to meet Corey Schneider. I got to meet Mr. Ralph Garr. I got to meet Mr. Kurt Becker. And last but not least, I met a hockey player, Daniel Correligio. I don't know where those are. I have that somewhere right there. So I got to meet him. So that was cool. No, that wasn't yet. Haven't got there yet. So after that, Thursday night was the party for the baseball collector. And so I went to that party. It was awesome. They were ripping packs that were stuffed with vintage cards, which is really cool. I watched a guy pull a Ricky Henderson rookie. They were like 1990 packs that somebody decided to rip open. They stuck vintage cards in there. I don't know if he bought them at the show or what he did, but that was cool. So we got to rip that. Got to watch people do pack wars. Pepino Man was a nut. So I got to meet Pepino Man in person, and I got to see him in his real life action. And let me tell you what, if you guys don't think he is as crazy in person as he is out in the public, he is. Very, very, lots of energy. I thought we were going to get kicked out of the bar, but it was so funny. He was so awesome. So after that, we spent about an hour, me and Brentwood spent about an hour there. And then we left there, went back to the room. We ordered some pizza. We had the real Chicago-style pizza called Papa John's. So that's what we had for dinner that night.
No, that was funny.
And then we hung out a little bit, ripped some packs, hung out, and then we went back to our rooms and went back to bed. And then Friday came, and we were so exhausted, we said, well, we're just going to sleep in. So we did, and we waited for Big D to get there, and that was awesome. And they showed up. I got to drink some more.